You want to be a man who lives by his own rules and standards, not by the norms and expectations of society. You want to be a man who is different, but also better. In this video, you will learn what these traits are and how to develop them. You'll learn how to be a Sigma male, a man who is not only different, but also better. Trait number 15 of Sigma males is self-awareness. They possess a deep understanding of their strengths, weaknesses, values, preferences, and goals. They're not swayed by external factors such as trends, fads, or peer pressure. Sigma males act rationally and logically and are not easily influenced by emotions or impulses. They dare to admit their mistakes and flaws and seek to improve themselves. Sigma males are also highly observant and curious. They consistently seek new information and opportunities and are not easily distracted or bored. They're realistic and savvy and can adapt and change with circumstances. Trait number 14 of Sigma males is their intrinsic motivation. They are driven by passion and curiosity rather than rewards or punishments. They have the necessary skills and resources to guide themselves and accomplish their goals. Diligence and productivity are their strengths, and they are persistent and resilient in the face of adversity. Sigma males are also highly disciplined. They hold themselves to high standards, always striving to meet them. They are prudent and cautious, focused on long-term benefits rather than short-term pleasure. They're efficient and frugal and avoid wastefulness. Trait number 13 of Sigma males is their strong sense of self-worth and self-esteem. They're confident in their abilities and potential rather than their appearance or status. They're decisive and assertive rather than doubtful or insecure. They are humble and modest rather than arrogant or boastful. Sigma males are also highly self-respecting. They respect their boundaries and expect others to do the same. They're dominant and active rather than submissive or passive. They're independent and detached rather than needy or clingy. They're selective and demanding rather than desperate or begging. Trait number 12 of Sigma males is their self-sufficiency. They're self-contained and do not rely on others for their survival or happiness. They're free and detached rather than attached or addicted. They're resourceful and optimistic rather than helpless or hopeless. They're secure and protected rather than vulnerable or exposed. Sigma males are also highly self-improving. They're always seeking ways to enhance their knowledge, skills, and abilities. They are ambitious and hungry and never satisfied or complacent. They are dynamic and evolving and never stagnant or fixed. They are unlimited and unrestricted and never limited or restricted. Trait number 11 is that Sigma males do not hide or suppress their true selves. They are authentic and genuine, not fake or pretentious. They are not afraid or ashamed, but rather proud and courageous. They are not conforming or pleasing, but rather original and unique. They are not bland, but rather colorful and interesting. Sigma males are also self-creative. They have a vivid imagination and a keen sense of aesthetics. They are not dull or mundane, but rather exciting and extraordinary. They're not conventional or predictable, but rather unconventional and surprising. They're not repetitive or routine, but rather innovative and diverse. Trait number 10 is that Sigma males is that they do not follow or obey others. They're autonomous and independent, not subordinate or dependent. They're not followers or sheep, but rather leaders and wolves. They are not passive or reactive, but rather active and proactive. They are not controlled or manipulated, but rather controlling and manipulating. Sigma males are also self-governing. They make their own rules and decisions, not abiding by or complying with others. They're not conformist or traditionalist, but rather nonconformist and rebels. They're not obedient or loyal, but rather disobedient and disloyal. They're not law-abiding or respectful, but rather law-breaking and disrespectful. Trait number 9 is that Sigma males is that they do not rely on others for their needs or wants. They are capable, not incompetent or incapable. They are not weak or needy, but rather strong. They're not dependent or parasitic, but rather independent and symbiotic. They're not burdensome or demanding, but rather helpful and generous. Sigma males are also self-satisfying. They fulfill their desire and aspirations, not depending on or expecting others. They're not greedy or selfish, but rather content and grateful. They're not envious, but rather admiring and supportive. They're not frustrated or angry, but rather happy and peaceful. Trait number 8 is that Sigma males is that they do not stop or limiting their learning. They're curious, not ignorant or indifferent. They're not closed or narrow-minded, but rather open and broad-minded. They're not dogmatic or biased, but rather skeptical and objective. They're not rigid or fixed, but rather flexible and fluid. Sigma males are also self-teaching. They learn from their own experience and observations, not from others or books. They're not spoon-fed or indoctrined, but rather self-fed and self-taught. They're not followers or imitators, but rather explorers and innovators. They're not students or learners, but rather teachers and masters. Trait number 7 is that Sigma males is that they enjoy life without needing others. They're playful, adventurous, daring, and risk-taking. They're free, spontaneous, lively, varied, and not dull or monotonous. Sigma males have a great sense of humor and a sharp wit. They're humorous, fun, amusing, and unpredictable, and not humorless, dull, boring, or predictable. They're playful and cheerful and not solemn. Trait number 6 is that Sigma males are honorable and ethical. They do not compromise or sacrifice their values or principles. They are honest, truthful, moral, upright, brave, and loyal, not dishonest, deceitful, immoral, corrupt, cowardly, or treacherous. Sigma males stand up for themselves and their rights and do not allow others to mistreat or abuse them. They are fighters and defenders, not victims or targets. They are aggressive and assertive, not passive or submissive. They are strong and bold, not weak and timid. The next trait is that Sigma males love and accept themselves. They're self-praising, self-appreciating, self-constructive, and self-enhancing, not self-critical, self-depreciating, self-destructive, or self-sabotaging. They are self-healing and self-caring, not self-harming or self-neglecting. Sigma males value and appreciate themselves, not devaluing or de-appreciating themselves. They're self-affirming and self-fulfilling, not self-denying or self-sacrificing. They're self-supporting and self-trusting, not self-abandoning or self-betraying. They're self-admiring and self-celebrating, not self-loathing or self-pitying. Trait number 4 is that Sigma males balance and harmonize all aspects of their lives. They're moderate and reasonable, not extreme or excessive. They're rational and sensible, not passionate or obsessive. They're orderly and organized, not chaotic or disorderly. Sigma males maintain a healthy equilibrium between their physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual needs. They are not unhealthy. Trait number 3 is that Sigma males take responsibility for their circumstances. They are accountable and do not blame or complain. They are doers and achievers, not whiners and moaners. They are facers and solvers, not escapers and avoiders. They are persisters and winners, not quitters or losers. Sigma males take action to change or improve the situation, not waiting or expecting others. They are active and helpful, not passive or helpless. They're initiators and transformers, not followers or conformers. They are actors and creators, not reactors or adapters. Trait number 2 is that Sigma males inspire and motivate themselves. They are bright and stimulating, not dull. They are uplifting and encouraging, not depressing or discouraging. They are optimistic and not pessimistic. Sigma males empower themselves and others, not disempowering or weakening them. They are leaders and independents, not followers or dependents. They are strong, not weak or powerless. They are fearless and secure, not fearful or insecure. Trait number 1 and last trait is that Sigma males do not settle or limit themselves. They are fulfilling, not stagnating or unfulfilling. They are excellent and outstanding, not mediocre or average. They are extraordinary and uncommon, not ordinary or common. They are not normal, but rather abnormal and atypical. Sigma males transcend themselves and their limitations, not confining or restricting them. They are unlimited and infinite, not limited or finite. They are divine, not human or earthly. They are spiritual and metaphysical, not material or physical. Sigma males are a rare breed of men who live their own rules and standards. The norms and expectations of society do not bind them, but rather create their reality and destiny. They're not followers or conformers, but rather leaders and innovators. They are not dependent or needy, but rather independent and self-reliant. They are not insecure or doubtful, but rather confident and self-assured. If you want to be a Sigma male, you need to develop the 15 traits that set you apart from the vast majority of men. It would help if you were self-aware, self-motivated, self-confident, self-reliant, self-expressive, self-directed, self-sufficient, self-educated, self-enjoying, self-respecting, self-loving, self-balancing, self-responsible, self-inspiring, and self-actualizing. By doing so, you'll become a man who is not only different, but also better. And that's it for today's video. We hope you enjoyed watching it and learned something new. If you did, please give the video a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon to get notified of our future videos. We have more amazing videos coming up, so stay tuned. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.